I'm Dwight Gow and you're watching Newcastle Fan TV.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We've done goalkeepers, we've done the right back, centre backs, left backs and left wingers, and today we're going to be looking at the two central midfielders roles at the club. I'm going to be looking at Jonjo Shelvey, Isaac Hayden and Jack Colback as well, their strengths, weaknesses with our star man. The reason why I say that is because I generally think he is, Nobby Solana was saying this the other day, the best technical player at Newcastle, and I have to agree with that. So we know, looking at the formation, we're kicking downward today. Jonjo Shelvey picks up this role. Now there's loads of things Jonjo Shelvey can do, as we know. So when we're in possession with the ball, you normally see one of these two centre-backs in possession. What you normally tend to find with Shelvey is he'll come into this position, he'll pick the ball up, and then what he does automatically straight away, he looks for Richie to burst, and then you'll see Shelvey pick the ball up and just Hollywood pass into Matt Ritchie. When it pulls off, looks absolutely magnificent. It's one of those quarterback roles. But in the Premier League, I think if Shelvey keeps doing this, I don't like him there. I think we'll get found out far too easily, and then we need a plan B. Now, yes, we won the league, but we struggled to have a plan B without Shelvey's tactics last season. Hence the reason why Richie was playing on the left midfield, Gouffran was coming to the right, Atsu was as well when he was bringing him on, and vice versa when he was starting Atsu. This is what I think is key for me, is because you're going to have to push Jonjo Shelvey up. Now, you're probably looking at those those other midfielders that we've got at the club and you think, yeah, are they good enough going forward? No is the answer, they're not. Isaac Hayden is improving and he is young, but is he going to push you forward? Is he going to get you goals? No, he's not. Is he better than Jack Colback? Well, yes, I would say so, but Jonjo Shelvey, let's get back to him again then. So if it's not paying off, what we're going to look at here. So for me, if Rafa plays his formation and he doesn't change it, I think you need a proper defence midfielder, someone who can obviously push these two, even perhaps bringing in somebody in. I genuinely think out of these three midfielders, we need a rock solid, someone who's going to clatter you, but rather than having Jack Colback, someone with a little bit of quality going forward as well. So for me, if we bring a defensive midfielder in, someone who's key, someone who's a little bit more than that, this gives you the option to push Shelvey a little bit further forward. And we've seen against Sheffield Wednesday, it was a one-man show when Jonjo Shelvey was doing everything. When he was getting forward, he looked a massive threat. And yes, we got outplayed in that game, but it was the Jonjo Shelvey show, him getting forward, bursting into the box. Now for me, he doesn't score enough goals, Jonjo Shelvey. He doesn't score enough. He's that player. If he wants to be an England international, he has to get into double figures. And if he can't do it in the Championship, in this system, get him pushed forward. The lad's got quality. I genuinely think if you were to play Shelvey in the number 10, yes, you lose the quality of the quarterback role because we don't have that option. But I genuinely think Jonjo Shelvey's twice the player of Jose Perez. So Isaac Hayden, for me, possibly him with Kieran Clark, unsung hero, bargain of last season without a shadow of a doubt. When he come in, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've only seen him a couple of times for Hull in the Championship and I didn't really know much of him, didn't really stand out when Hull were playing, because in the Championship final he didn't even stand out. It was more Diarmi go and grab the highlights. But even during the season, Isaac Hayden, you were like, who? You've got to do a bit of research there. Yes, he couldn't make the grade at Arsenal, but you know what it is, when he come into the team, he's a little bit quiet, you know, he wasn't flash, he was just giving the ball, he was doing the simple things what you would for a midfielder well, and then I think he's got better quality than Colback going forward, without a shadow of a doubt. I think he's got that little bit of drive, I think he needs to work on it, I think he's still young. Isaac Hayden plays in this position, however, he's not afraid to get into your face, get a little bit of tackle. I think what you need to work on, his aggression needs to be a little bit harder, needs to be a lot more dirty. I think he's too clean of a player. So if you could put a bit of Jack Colback into Isaac Hayden, that bitterness, take a yellow card, you know, snap them if you have to. That's what I like to see, a little bit of bite in Isaac Hayden's game, and I think he'll move on to the next level. Going forward, I think he is a little bit better than what Colback is with, but for me, the quality going forward for Isaac Hayden isn't great. I know I'm sounding a little bit critical. He is better than Colback, don't get me wrong. But for me, I think this is another option where we need to strengthen. I think Hayden could benefit himself having competition, because it'll push him up to the next level. And you can learn, you know what I mean? He's not going to start every game in the Premier League, whether we're signing someone or not, I don't feel. I think he can learn from someone who's more experienced in that role and develop his own game and push the new signing in 12 months' time, without a shadow of a doubt. The beauty about Isaac Hayden as well, he's comfortable in other positions. He doesn't have to play the defensive midfield role all the time, you know. He played in this position the last game of the season because of an injury crisis. Do I want to see him play centre-back? No, I don't think he's got the nasty side in his game, as I've mentioned. He's played here before for Hull City as well, so he's comfortable playing at right-back. Ideally, do you want him there? No, but he is that utility player. He can play in the centre midfield role as well. So it gives you options if we have a little bit of a mini crisis. Isaac Hayden gives you options, definitely. Is he worth keeping? 100%. Same as Shelvey. These two midfielders could play together in the future, but I still want that signing. Right, so getting on to our final man. Some fans love to hate him, Jack Colback, because he's played for the Mackhams. He's not a very good footballer. He snaps everybody, takes the yellow card, and so on and so on. But I'm going to stick up for him because he doesn't get praise when he does play well. And when he plays well, nobody mentions him. You'll mention, oh, didn't Shelvey do great? Didn't Perez get 2 goals? Didn't Gale get your goal? Wasn't Cuban Clark outstanding? And to be honest with you, Jack Colback last season probably played outstanding 4 or 5 times, like a key 9-10. Generally speaking, he was absolutely outstanding. But when he plays poor, you can easily notice it. So Jack Colback likes to play in this position. So when Shelvey plays, Colback is normally pushed slightly to the right, or Shelvey is. However, you know, Jack Colback, you know, the positives are, I think he's much, and I've said this numerous times, I generally think he's so much better away from home, because he can, when you've got your defence right up here and you're trying to get the ball out, I generally think Colback can take one for the team, yellow card, he can come out and snap you. Yes, it's not ideal, but that is setting up on the counter, get the ball out, sitting deep. I'd rather have Jack Colback than Isaac Hayden if we're under the cosh. I genuinely mean that. Let me know what you think about that. The problem with Jack Colback, and we've seen this many times, is when he has the ball, he does this. You know, there's no going forward. And when he does pass it forward, which is not, I know I'm being very picky on him, but you don't see it too often, is he just stands there when he passes it. Maybe it's the instructions of previous managers like McLaren, Carver, you know, even Benitez. When he passes the ball, he doesn't have that license to bomb forward, because we don't really know what type of player he is getting forward. Now, we've seen it play a left back at Sunderland, and he's got really good praises playing left back as well. A lot of Sunderland fans, including one of my team at work, say they like Jack Colback playing at left back because he can get up and down and deliver across. Now, I'm a bit sceptical on that. Yes, he can play a left back, and he has covered there. You can probably do a job for you, not greatly, but do a job for your left midfield. But it's Jack Colback. It's hit and miss. I do think he gets a lot of negative, and when he plays well, he doesn't get enough praise. But he doesn't do it enough for me. And for me, he's third choice he would be on the bench. And if someone was to come in, he would go down to 4th choice. I think this is a position where you probably need 2 signings, I think. Never mind 1. Probably need 2. You probably need someone who's going to be experienced, I don't say, I want to say world class, Premier League class, who can just sit there, be your number 1, alongside Shelvey, ideally, Hayden on the bench, and someone who can push Colback for sitting on the bench, you know, coming off the bench later on, mix. Someone like a youngster who can probably push Colback, because Colback, remember, has been rumoured with moves, and if he leaves, am I going to be too disheartened? No, I'm not. I don't think many of us are, to be fair. I think the other 2 are our future, definitely. Let me know what you think of centre midfield, of course. We'll move on to right wing in the next 2 or 3 days.